new details have emerged about the shocking incident that left several people injured in Leicester. Arrests have been made, a vehicle has been recovered, and the facts are slowly becoming clearer. Here's what's known so far. During the early hours of Saturday, around 12:30 a.m., emergency services attended de Montfort Street after a car struck 4 people who were walking in the area. The scene was chaotic and distressing, with medical teams and police trying to quickly assist those affected. 3 of the victims suffered serious injuries and were immediately taken to a hospital in Leicester, where they remain under medical care. The 4th person suffered minor injuries and is reportedly in stable condition. After first aid, Leicester police confirmed the arrest of 3 people linked to the case. The first arrest was made shortly after the crash. A 31-year-old man from Leicester was arrested on suspicion of causing grievous bodily harm with intent and dangerous driving, causing serious injury. Subsequently, it was reported 2 additional arrests. A 28-year-old man, also from Leicester, is accused of the same charges as the first. The third, 34, was arrested on suspicion of involvement in a fray, a crime commonly associated with public disturbances or fights. All 3 remain in police custody while the investigation continues. As part of the investigation, authorities established a security cordon around the de Montfort Street to preserve the area and allow forensic experts to work in detail. That perimeter has since been lifted, but the police presence in the area remains active. Officers patrol on foot, speaking with residents, and seeking to reassure the community. In addition, police have asked anyone with concerns or useful information to contact officers or communicate through normal channels. It was noted that during the investigation process, reports were received about a fight which would have occurred in the same place hours before the accident. It's unclear whether that earlier incident is directly linked to the hit and run, but detectives are working to piece together the entire sequence of events. A vehicle has also been located near Margaret Street, believed to have been the one used in the accident. The car is already in police custody and will undergo forensic analysis. The investigation is being led by the Inspector Jenny Tattersall, who offered a statement earlier that day. He said, "We have been working intensively to understand how the events unfolded during the early hours of the morning. The police cordon remained in place for much of the day to allow for the necessary investigations, including the work of forensic experts. That cordon has now been lifted." Detective Inspector Tattersall also specifically urged the public to avoid making assumptions or sharing theories on social media, as this could affect the outcome of the case. She reiterated that updates will continue to be provided as the investigation progresses. For now, police will continue to patrol the area and encourage residents to come forward if they have anything to share, even if it seems insignificant. If anyone has information that could help, they are asked to contact Leicester Police and mention incident number 27 of May 31st. The Leicester Police insists that citizen collaboration is essential at this stage. Although the area is no longer cordoned off, officers will continue to be visible on the streets near de Montfort Street, reinforcing security, answering questions, and gathering any clues that might be useful, no matter how small. Meanwhile, authorities continue to review security cameras, collect witness statements, and conduct tests on the recovered vehicle in Margaret Street, which is considered a key piece in the investigation. The connection between the detainees, the car, and possible background to the incident, such as the fight reported before the accident, is still being thoroughly analyzed. The Inspector Jenny Tattersall, he reiterated that any new information, even from social media or cell phone recordings, can make a difference. He also stressed the importance of remaining calm and avoiding spreading rumors, as this could hinder the official investigation. For now, the Leicester community remains in a state of alert and concern, awaiting further details about what exactly happened during that violent early morning. The investigation is ongoing, and authorities say the public will be informed as significant developments become available. In other news, Nigel Farage has begun to move its pieces with a view to the upcoming elections for the Scottish Parliament. Following the recent political uproar in England over the results of the local elections, the party Reform UKI is redirecting its efforts towards Scotland, specifically to several municipalities in the Central Belt. Reform UK members in the region, numbering around 10,000, have concentrated time and resources in towns such as Hamilton, Larkhall-Stonehouse, which will hold elections on June 5th due to the death of the SNP MP Christina McKelvey, who lost her life after a tough battle with breast cancer. Since its creation in 2011, the constituency of Hamilton and Larkhall and Stonehouse has been loyal to the SNP, while parties like UKIP barely managed 673 votes in 2016, and Reform UK fell to only 58 votes in 2021. However, these communities have maintained a clear tendency to support SNP or Labour candidates in Westminster elections for almost a century. Traditionally, Additionally, South Lanarkshire has not been fertile ground for the Eurosceptic proposals championed by Farage. This is reflected in the fact that only the 36.9% of local voters supported Brexit. Moreover, Farage himself has avoided making appearances in the north of the country since having an altercation in a pub in Edinburgh years ago. Still, Reform UK believes these elections could mark a turning point, driving what they describe as a turquoise wave in Scotland. One of the party leaders, Richard Tice, stated that this is a direct competition between the SNP and Reform UK, and that they are determined to make an unprecedented effort in these elections. For his part, the Scottish First Minister John Swinney has recognized this challenge and even proposed a face-to-face debate with Farage. The political dispute does not stop there. The leader of the Scottish Labour Party, Anas Sarwar, has also responded strongly, challenging Farage to a debate after Reform UK launched a controversial ad accusing him of exclusively favoring the Pakistani community. This ad, widely described as racist, has overshadowed much of the campaign. Meanwhile, on the streets of Hamilton, Larkhall, a stone house, voter discontent seems to be focusing more on the Labour Party that Reform UK was doing. The Labour candidate Davy Russell has been harshly criticized for his limited presence during the campaign. Many residents have nicknamed him the Invisible Man due to his absence from local debates and his refusal to participate in several televised interviews. The outlook worsened for Labour last year. Friday, when the Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner, she had to cancel her visit to the central region after being surrounded by pro-Palestine protesters, further sparking tensions and weakening the party's image in the final stretch of the campaign. On the contrary, the candidate of Reform UK for this special election, Ross Lambie, claims to be seeing growing support from the population. In recent statements after a long day of campaigning, Lambie said, "There's a sense of urgency among citizens. People feel the country is at a critical juncture. Either we continue with another 10 years of stagnation and a lost generation, or we make bold decisions like scrapping the net zero emissions target and redirecting those resources to local services, reducing waiting lists, strengthening the police, and easing the tax burden." Lambie also explained why his party is gaining ground more rapidly in Scotland. He asserts that they are attracting support from working class people from all walks of life, and that their message isn't limited to a single ideology, as he says is the case with traditional parties like Labour or the SNP. Reform UK's rhetoric is focusing on family values, community, and nation. As they present more concrete proposals, they hope to consolidate that support. Among the initiatives they have announced are: restore the winter heating subsidy, increase the income tax threshold to reward hard work, reversing the decline in the birth rate with family policies such as eliminating the two-child limit for receiving social benefits. In his view, these measures reflect that Reform UK truly represents the average Scottish citizen, tired of empty promises and traditional politics. Both the case of the violent attack in Leicester, which is still being investigated, as well as the intense political struggle in Scotland in the run-up to the upcoming elections, they reflect the state of tension and change the United Kingdom is experiencing on several fronts. On the one hand, citizens demand justice and security. On the other, they demand authentic political representation and concrete responses to social and economic challenges. We'll be closely monitoring developments in both stories, both in the police case and in the results of the electoral process, which could shake up the Scottish political landscape. If you want to stay up to date with these and many other issues that shape the UK's agenda, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Here you'll find clear analysis, reliable updates, and to-the-point content. Thanks for joining us. See you in the next video.